Is anybody here from the Charter Review Committee?
I believe he is.
Sir. Deja vu all over again. All right. Don't go away. Come back. Oh.
I would say, you want me to just take him and I can pass him down? Sure. Then you can walk back. By the time you get there, we might have it done.
That'd be nice for people.
Okay, Mr. Slavin. How we doing?
Same as an hour ago.
You too, huh?
Yeah, me
I
too.
feel the same way.
It's always a strain.
Let's try and get home. Why don't you go ahead and walk us through this?
We had put on a week ago about possibly getting involved in non-binding referendum. I believe you had a discussion later on that meeting as well. And we basically came up with what we thought would be a referendum that would kind of meet everybody's satisfaction for wording. I think Jane has got the information as well that we went through and went back with, so we just basically gave you a copy. There was two we came up with at the end, and the one that we approved downstairs about an hour ago in our meeting. So it's really your ball from there.
Okay, why don't you want to read this to us?
Yeah, the one that we basically approved for the non-binding referendum to go on to the April 6th ballot is: the current form of government consists of part-time selectmen, a non-elected TA, and open town meeting. Do you feel the current form of government is working in the best interests of the town? And the answer would be the yes or no on the ballot.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's short and sweet.
Best way.
I think, Mr. Chairman, if I might
Go ahead.
suggest just two minor modifications, Mr. Slavin. I think we should replace a non-elected TA with an appointed town administrator.
Okay.
And other than that, I think we're in agreement. And then I'd like to make a motion to the Board of Selectmen that we approve putting this.
Okay, hold on. Let's make sure there's no other discussion before we make motions. Mrs. Exum, did you have anything?
No, I'm sorry, I just want to, did you say, Mr. Slavin, that this was just approved at your meeting?
Yes, we went through
So
the
there
couple
was a vote?
choices, so we basically, it was unanimous vote.
It was a unanimous vote? Great, thank you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, there was
Oh,
one
I'm sorry.
abstain. Sorry.
So it was 801 or 701 or whatever? So there was one abstention?
I think it was
601, okay.
We have one member that's away.
I'd just like to have
It's
that,
good.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. Well, that's good, though, that it shows some working together and something that, could make everyone happy, so. All right, excellent. Yeah, I have no problems with it.
Screws?
What I need is a little bit more explanation now. You're asking us to do what?
I'm just following up with what you actually talked about at the last meeting, where you were going to have a non-binding referendum on the April 6th vote, asking people if they were basically, are they satisfied with existing government, just get a feel.
We have to approve.
So we either have to prove to have it on or not?
Yeah.
Yes, we have to go, the Board of Selectmen has to make that decision, we can't.
Okay, you all right? Mr. Cohen? I have nothing else. Jane?
I guess I'm fine with it. I talked about it last week. I think it's a good idea to get a sense of the community in a very general way. And this is a very general question, and so I'll make a motion to put a non-binding referendum question on the April 6th ballot. Reads as follows. Current form of government consists of 5 part-time selectmen, an appointed town administrator, and open town meeting. Do you feel the current form of government is working in the best interest of the town? Yes or no?
I'll second that.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Any other discussion? For approval on a non-binding referendum, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Abstain? That's
410.
410. I do want to make it clear publicly that the board is accepting a referendum to be placed on the ballot and is not voting as a board, at least I am not voting, to either approve or disapprove of the intent or the substantive part of this referendum or any other referendum. We're just simply allowing this to be placed on the ballot. And I don't believe, the individual members may have their own opinions, and they can express them in their own way, in their own time, either here or elsewhere. But we are simply placing this on the referendum and not voting favorable action to change the form of government.
That's correct.
Thank you.
We're not asking you for that either.
Good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
We will
Well,
also...
Mr. Chairman, if I may, just by putting it on as a referendum, that means you have doubts. So that's saying, well, there is something wrong with the form of government we have now. There
Well,
must be
yeah.
some doubt for you to put it on the agenda.
No, we're just, all it is they're just trying to get a feeling for what the town feels. We've had 2 meetings, and I think you've attended both, Walter, and we've only had about 130 people come to 2 meetings. So we're
And
just,
even with those 130, they were
It's-
still undecided.
well, there's not enough of a feel to know what the town wants. So we're just trying to get a feel for what the town is looking at.
Go
And that's
ahead.
all it is. It's not pushing one version over another, it's just get an idea of what we're at. And we felt that the April 6th meeting, we are hoping that what happened with the Scott Brown election, where we had a very high turnout, we're hoping that the people basically interested in elections will have a high turnout there. It'll give
On the
us a better
Scott-
feel.
On the Scott Brown election, if we're going to bring that up, that was extraordinary. That was 3 times the amount of voters that we get in any past election for the last 3 or 4 years.
We're not disagreeing,
So we
Walter.
can't base Scott Brown's election on what our normal participation in voting is for
We-
each precinct.
We are hoping that there will be some fallout, if you want to call it that, from that election, that there's dissatisfaction overall in our government, and that the people will actually turn out in a little higher volume than normal for this particular election. We have 2 selectmen coming up for election. There's going to be a lot of conflict back and forth discussion, and we think we'll have a higher turnout than usual. Therefore, we think we'll get a better shot at getting some numbers that are more representative of what's going on, that's all.
So by your remarks just now, you already admit that there's something wrong with the government.
No, we're just trying,
Mr. Chairman, if I could try.
Hold on. Mr. Slavin, did you want to respond to that?
we're not saying that. We've come up with, this particular committee has come up with an alternative form of government. We have not said that this is the positive best answer. We're just bringing something forward. But this referendum is not basically saying one way or the other. It's just asking the town what their opinion is as things are right now.
Okay. Mrs. Donahue?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just will reiterate one more time for clarification.